Randolph-Macon Academy. And as we begin, I invite you to join me in a word of prayer. Holy God, we thank you for this day. We're thankful for this year as we gather at the end of this school year to be able to give praise to you. God, we pray that as we have this award ceremony to recognize the students that have been working hard in various fields and academics, God, we pray that our prayer would be like the psalmist, that not to us, but to your name be the glory. For your love is steadfast and your faithfulness is steadfast for us, O God. Holy God, as we gather today, we're thankful for all of those that have worked so hard to be able to arrive at this moment. And we're thankful especially for those that invested and poured out into the lives of our students. We're thankful for parents and siblings, family members, friends, for teachers, for staff, everyone that has invested in these young people. And God, we're thankful that these young people have made the most of the opportunities that they have here at Randolph-Macon to be able to use their gifts and abilities to be able to bless you and bless others. God, we're thankful for this time as we gather in this place. And God, may your name be blessed. In your holy name, amen. I'd like to introduce our senior class president, Saad Emily, who will give our welcoming address.
Good morning. I'm Saad Fawaz Malik, the president of the class of 2019. I would like to welcome General Wesley, faculty and staff, and grandparents and parents who came today, and most important, the class of 2019. Today we recognize those students who have achieved the highest honor at Randolph-Macon Academy. And I would like to share a small story and knowledge of giving in our Macon. I have seen a lot and learned a lot, but more importantly, I have learned that all of us here are equal. And we are the class 2019. We have seen a lot and challenged a lot. But when we arrived here, we all came as the first year student, and we didn't know anyone. I have seen a lot, some students that they think that they're lower or higher or not as popular as the other students. But the truth is that everyone is popular and special and smart in their own way. You should always believe in yourself, because each one of us and you should believe in yourself. And I believe that everyone can be amazing one day, because I know you guys have faced challenges through this year, and that life can be one day for you and 10 against you. And I want to give a message to you before I leave the school as a president. Falling down is an accident, but staying down is a choice. Thank you. Class 2019. Congratulations, class 2019. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. We're just going to have a little switch in the program. The RMA Stingers, RMA's acapella, female acapella group will perform.
There's a voice inside my head. You'll never Professional Leadership and Innovation here at RMA. This award ceremony is part of a rich heritage of customs and traditions. And today we recognize those who are the best among us for academic achievement. So to start us off, I'd like to call up Amanda Cochran. If she would please come forward, and we will announce the Navy ROTC Scholarship. This year's recipient, with a scholarship valued at $140,000, is Nathan Stewart. Next, attending MIT with a scholarship valued at $213,800, Noelle Kramer. I'm going to ask Colonel Pastorino to remain, and we're going to present the Air Force appointment certificates to our Falcon Scholars, valued at $400,000 each. The recipients are James Fees, Trevor Regas, Jacob Hammis, Kaylin Johnson, Emma Jones, Devin Okanya, Alexandra Paxton, Seth Rivera, congratulations to all of our Falcon Scholars. Outstanding Character Scholarship Award. Would Ann Harriman please come forward? This annual award is given in memory of a man who is passionate about his alma mater and found great joy in teaching history, mentoring students, and coaching athletes at Randolph-Macon Academy from 2007 to 2014. The award is presented to a junior who best models the principles Mr. Harriman lived by, to include that he was an example of high moral character, provides a welcoming atmosphere for everyone, but particularly new students, is open to friendship for all, and an example of servant leadership, and takes time to laugh and be joyful in daily life. This year's recipient is James Ross. Next, we have our athletic awards. The next 5 awards are sponsored by the Alumni Association. The Pat Spears Awards. Would Bo Snitchler, Alumni Association board member, and Coach Sullivan please come forward? Awarded annually to underclassmen and seniors for outstanding achievement in track, running the junior and senior mile. This year's award recipients are, for the junior mile, Ben Kopjanski. For the senior mile, our awardee is not present because he is attending his brother's graduation at Virginia Tech, Kieran Berrigan. Most Improved Award, awarded to an underclassman who has shown the most improvement in track. The recipient is Priscilla Hatfield. For the Football Sportsmanship Award, presented to a senior on the varsity football team that best exemplifies the qualities of sportsmanship by always giving their best and graciously accepting the results of each and every play. The Football Sportsmanship Award is Yiming Liu. Sportsman Award. This is presented to a student who best exemplifies the qualities of sportsmanship. This athlete is someone that puts team above self and can be always counted on to do his or her best whenever or wherever the athletic venue or in the classroom too. The Outstanding Sportsman Award goes to Grace Wagner. Coach of the Year Award. A significant factor in the success and sportsmanship of an athletic team is the contribution made by the coach. By vote of the school's coaches, the recipient this year is Frank Sullivan. Next, the Randolph-Macon Academy Scholar Athlete Award. This award is presented to honor academic and athletic excellence. The recipients this year are Taylor Reed, Our next recipient of the Scholar Athlete Award is Jonathan Bunker.
Oh yeah, sexy boy.
Next is our Randolph-Macon Academy Distinguished Athlete Award. This award is presented to an athlete with a never say die attitude. This year's recipient is A.J. Sullivan. Next, for the athletes of the year. A team is made up of players who each make a contribution to the whole while giving of their skills, making the most of their ability, perseverance, dedication, work, sacrifice, reliability, and sportsmanship. Each year we honor the athlete of the year, male and female. By vote of the coaches, the recipients are, for our female athlete, Maggie Aquati. For our male athlete of the year, Quinlan Taylor. Thank you, Coach Sullivan and Mr. Snitchler. Next are our military awards. The first award is the Cadet in the Arena Leadership Award. Would Lieutenant Colonel Michael Starling please come forward? The plaque is engraved with a quotation from President Theodore Roosevelt, which says, "It is not the critic that counts, nor the person who points out how strong the person stumbled, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who knows the great enthusiasms, the great devotions, and spends himself in a worthy cause, who at his best knows the triumph of high achievement, and who, at his worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who know neither victory nor defeat." This year's recipients are Emma Faust. The next Cadet in the Arena Leadership Award goes to Andrew Brock. Next is the James M. Mills Award. The James M. Mills Military Excellence Award is presented to a cadet officer who throughout the academic year has consistently exemplified the personal characteristics of Lieutenant Colonel James M. Mills, a former Randolph-Macon Academy faculty member. These include leadership, positive attitude, integrity, loyalty, and perseverance. This year's recipient is Joshua Klein. And finally, we have our Commandant's Award. The Commandant's Military Excellence Award is presented to a cadet officer who throughout the academic year has demonstrated the characteristics of leadership, integrity, and loyalty, and has shown exceptional military bearing and appearance, and the exemplary execution of all assigned duties and responsibilities with the Cadet Corps at Randolph-Macon Academy. This year's recipient is Nathaniel Chichester. Thank you, Colonel Starling. Next, we have some special greetings.
My footprints on the sands of time. And there was something that and something that I left behind.
you that don't know, that is Josiane Laurina Pindale Moshpito Mbakasa. Our music awards. Would please Mr. Richards and Mr. D'Amato come forward. The first award is the Outstanding Instrumental Musician Medals, awarded to a bandsman who in the course of the school year has shown outstanding qualities of musicianship, both through individual effort and performance in the RMA band. We have 3 recipients. The first, Jacob Gailey. Next is Alan Williams. And our final medal goes to Ethan Mayo. Next is the John Philip Sousa Band Award. The Sousa Award recognizes outstanding dedication and superior musicianship and is a nationwide symbol of excellence in a musical achievement. This year's recipient is Yuan Wang. Next is the Semper Fidelis Award. This award recognizes diligence, dedication, and musical excellence as a performing high school bandsman and soloist. This year's recipient is Noel Kramer. Next is the Outstanding Choral Musician Medals. Awarded to chorus students who during the school year have shown outstanding qualities of musicianship, both through individual effort through performance in the RMA chorus. We have 3 recipients. First is Josiane Mbakasa. Next is Jury Chen. And our final medal goes to Isabella Spencer. Thank you, Mr. D'Amato. So now we move on to the academic department awards. And next I would like to introduce a young man who has not been at RMA long, but has made his mark here in a big way. This young man has embraced and enacted our core values of leadership, knowledge, and character. Today we honor Zachary Lesson, our salutatorian. I would like to call Dr. Wesley forward to present Zachary with his medal and plaque.
morning, General Wesley, Dean Cadets, family, friends, faculty, and all others in attendance today. My name is Zachary Lusson, and on behalf of my fellow seniors, I would like to welcome everyone to the Randolph-Macon Academy Class of 2019 graduation weekend. Hopefully I can get through the speech quick enough to where I don't put anybody to sleep, which I think I already see a couple people. It's almost over. Our 4 years of friendship, adversity, procrastination, unnecessary amounts of homework, and endless amounts of torturous essays. Mainly from a certain two teachers whose names shall remain anonymous. Mr. Sloan, Mr. Barber. It all started about 126,230,400 seconds ago, with the freshman year of a new adventure. All of us have changed a lot since our time as freshmen, whether it has been to moving to new schools or just simply growing up. Just think of all the awesome trends that we have been a part of since our first year of high school. From the dab, to the low, dad, catch. No. From bottle flipping to the Tide Pod Challenge, from pineapple apple pen to the Walmart Yearbook kit. I have no doubt that in the near future, our short attention spans will find even more uselessly entertaining stuff that make us want to jump on the bandwagon. High school is a whole new roller coaster when compared to middle school, and it all begins with the year that nobody wants to live through, and that is freshman year. Freshman year, the time you realize that we are at the bottom of the food chain again. Honestly, it's a very weird feeling to go from the kings and queens of one school to the common folk of another. Freshman year is the year that we learn how high school is nothing like it is in High School Musical. We are introduced to the constant homework and projects of high school. We are introduced to something familiar that we all like to call stress. And our eyes are open to just how big the world actually is. Around the end of freshman year and the start of sophomore year is when we are completely adjusted to high school, and we are just basically going through the motions. Next is junior year, the year we have been waiting for. The year where we are finally upperclassmen. The year we can go to prom, or in our case, military ball. The sacred dance of upperclassmen. And then very soon is the last day of junior year. And on this day, we all start our own little countdowns as to when we ourselves would be in the same position as the previous seniors. And now it's finally upon us. It seems so far away, so insurmountable just 4 short years ago. But now it's only one more day until we officially graduate. As Dr. Sousa once said, sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. And that is what high school is like for us. Right now, we don't think about it much. We don't think about it, but these past 4 years, we will miss. Whether it's from waking up at 6:30 for 180 days of the year, or tirelessly working on a paper for Mr. Barber and Mrs. Sloan the day before it's due. Or whether it's just simply hanging out with friends, there will be moments that will stick with us for the rest of our lives. After the graduation ceremony tomorrow, all of us will part our separate ways, and there's a chance that some of us may never see each other again. This is not a bad thing, as it is the way of life. People will try to stay in touch with all of their friends, but after a while, they will only continue to communicate with the only couple. And I'm not trying to be negative, but this is coming from a military brat who has moved 7 different times and been to 8 different schools. If you do happen to stay in contact with your friends, good on you. The thing that I'm trying to say is, although we may be moving on to college, we must never forget the memories that we made here in high school. We must not forget how RMA has shaped all of us. Although we may not realize it, we have been turned into better people and leaders since before high school. I hope all of you will use this opportunity that is given to you wisely. Before I end this speech, I would like to give thanks to people as well as moments that have made my time at RMA special. Thank you to all the jokes that surfaced throughout the years, such as meme review, and Prasad, without a doubt, being my little brother. I would like to give thanks to my parents for always being there to catch me whenever I stumbled and fell. I would like to thank my sister for challenging me to fill the shoes that she left empty when she graduated high school last year. No, the year before last year. I would like to thank my drill team for an amazing season, which included getting 8th place at Nationals and defending our state championship. Thank you to all the teachers who have pushed us to be better versions of ourselves. Thank you to all my friends for forcing me to enjoy my last year at RMA. And thank you, Mr. Barber and the senior class officers for a 9-hour round-trip bus ride and a couple of hours at Busch Gardens. We might have missed the traffic, but a certain group showed up to the meeting spot on time. You know who you are, but oh well, nobody can control I-95 traffic. To the seniors, in less than 24 hours, we will officially be freshmen again, but this time it will be as college students. That is not a bad thing, though, for it is the start of our own lives. We will no longer have teachers or parents telling us what to do. It will be our choices that shape our future. Whether it be from deciding to go out with your friends, to go party in college, or stay in your dorm room and continue studying. I believe that the path you choose to take can only be traversed by you, and you alone. I will be saying goodbye to many of you guys tomorrow, and as I do, I want you to know how much fun I had spending my senior year at RMA with you. I would like to congratulate all of you for surviving high school, and I would like to tell everyone good luck in college. As you graduate tomorrow, don't forget to thank those that got you here. Parents, teachers, Google, Wikipedia, energy drinks, coffee, and copy and paste. On a more serious note, congratulations again and good luck. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to move on to our yearbook awards. So would I please, Ms. Thompson come forward? The first award is the Yearbook Editor Award. And this award is being presented to a student who has served as Editor-in-Chief of the 2019 Randolph-Macon Academy's yearbook. The student has exhibited passion, drive, and dedication by the Academy, contributing to the production of the Randolph-Mac. The recipient this year is Quinlan Brunt. Next, we have the High Standards Yearbook Award. This award is being presented to a student who went above and beyond in order to make the 2019 Randolph-Mac the best it could be. The student went the extra mile, devoting countless hours of personal time and energy to make the Randolph-Mac great. They've used their skills to find solutions, see new possibilities, take ideas from concept to reality. This student has exhibited passion, drive, and dedication to the Academy, contributing to the success of our yearbook. The recipient is Logan Heathcock. Now we've reached the part of the ceremony where we recognize academic excellence in every discipline. This is the highest honor and recognition each department can assign. First, we will begin with the German medal. Presenting will be Mr. Latham. This year's recipient is Catherine Babineau. Next is the Spanish medal. Presenting is Commander Cochran. This year's recipient is Benjamin Kopjansky. Mrs. Lynn Schoonover. This year's recipient is Fatimata Diallo. Next is the English medal. Ms. Schoonover, come back. And Fatimata, come back. The award goes to Fatimata Diallo. Next is the math medal. Presenting will be Mr. Barr. This year's recipient is Jungzi Chang. Next is the science medal. Presenting will be Dr. Moranto. This year's recipient is Haoran Luan. Next is the social studies medal. Presenting will be Mr. Barber. And our recipient is Wu Li. And Mr. Barber will remain for the Semper History Medal. This year's recipient is Gianni Sun. This year's recipient is Francesca Schaefer. Next is the Boyd M. 45 Humanity Medal. Would General Wesley please come forward? The Boyd M. Gunnery 45 establishes the Humanities Medal in recognition of the outstanding teachers during this time at Randolph-Macon Academy, particularly Doc Register, who fostered his love of literature and all of the humanities. Mr. Gunnery served with distinction for 28 years in the United States Army, including the Korean War, attaining the rank of colonel. During his career, he received 4 battle stars, the Combat Infantry Badge, and the Korean Medal, the Commendation Ribbon Korean Unit Citation. He enjoyed a successful civilian career in telecommunications and finance, but his lifelong focus was on his church, his family, and education. This year's recipient is Samson Gia. outstanding woman leader. Our Corps Commander, Fatimata Diallo, would like to
Hi guys. I would like to start by saying good morning, distinguished guests, General Wesley and Dean Hegedus, administration, parents, my African family in the back there. You can recognize them with the African clothes. Hi Mom. And most importantly, good morning, class of 2019. I am Cadet Colonel Fatimata Lamarana Diallo, Wing Commander of the 2018-2019 school year. Seniors, how far have we come? I think survival through change is a title that suits us well. We have survived many challenges, having to do with academics, student life, and personal familial life. Coming into the 2018-2019 school year, we found ourselves wishing that Mr. Barber would have another kid so that we might be spared the final research paper that we heard about from the previous alumni. But luckily, baby number one opened his eyes and we got spared that burden on our shoulders. But do not rejoice too much, because Mr. Sloan made sure to compensate for this. With the lengthy research papers, lengthy analysis essays, and honestly, lengthy everything he gave us. But you know what? Pat yourself in the back. Because if anybody ever asks you later on in life, what life-threatening situation did you survive? You can always tell them that you were a survivor of Mr. Sloan's class. But probably the most memorable thing that we must all feel special about is the fact that we are probably the first and last class that witnessed the pipe being thrown in the face of the general. Sorry, sir. We experienced a lot of challenges when it came to school, big time enforcement of the cadet manual, but we seniors, along with all the underclassmen, rose to the challenge and showed that we were capable of meeting all expectations. Sometimes there was resistance to the rules. Sometimes even us cadres had a hard time following all the changes and enforcing the rules. But by the end, through this experience, I hope you all learned something, whether you were in a leadership position or not. I hope you all somehow grew up more responsible and more aware of how to hold yourself and your peers accountable for your actions. I hope you all learn to be proud of yourself when you got flight rewards for individual flights or as a group. And finally, I hope you all now have a stronger bond together as part of the RMA family, and that you know that you're an embodiment of what the RMA community really stands for. Because being such a small school, we always knew what was wrong with fellow classmates. All these obstacles and moments of joy I spent with you all is what shaped me into the person I am here today. But to take all this credit would be selfish of me. So I would like to thank, along with all the RMA staff and students, these few specific people that helped me out. Chief Kamash, Miss Michael, my mentor, Colonel Jones, Chief Lesson, Sergeant Gonzalez and Colonel Gonzalez, Miss Chapman, Sergeant Lang, Nena Mauro, Jaja Mariam, Kato Ilaj, and Antantin Elebo. Now to the last person that brought me to this world and to whom I do everything for, Mother. There is no words to thank you enough, or I would probably run out of paper and they would probably put an end to this speech right now. So I will try and make it brief. You took on dangerous jobs all the way to the Congo so that I could be here today. You took on alone the charge of taking care of 5 kids and made a lot of sacrifices to give us the best education and discipline possible. Now, Alpha might have tried your temper sometimes, but you always put him back in the right place. Every time I messed up in school, you always worried instead of being angry. And you always called despite the time difference to ask me if everything was okay. Whenever I had a dilemma with my cadre duties or even just lacked ideas for projects, you were there to give me suggestions. I thank God I was born your daughter. Many people ask me why I work so hard in everything I do, even the little things. Well, it is because of my mother. She's my inspiration and the reason why I push myself to my limits. I work hard to make her proud and to put a smile on her face despite all the hard work she's doing. So before I leave RMA and become an alumni along with all the seniors, I would like to leave you all with these few words of wisdom. Keep the legacy we are leaving behind going. Uphold the standards and become successful students that you can look back to 10, 20 years from now and tell proudly people about your high school years and all your accomplishments. Have a goal, a vision towards which you are climbing, because that will give you the wings to fly higher. Be selfless and put yourself in the service of your peers and your community. Cadres, listen and take into consideration the worries of your peers and people you're leading, but ultimately know how to make the final decisions which you feel is right for the group. Find yourself friends that will elevate you and push you to be the best you can be, and who do not make you put into question your integrity, morals, and values. Lastly, to all underclassmen and seniors, find a code that defines you, that will accompany you, and by which you lead. Mine from the moment I came to the United States 2 years ago has been, when you play, play without thinking about work. But when you start working, work and be in business mode without thinking about playing. Now as I close, everyone please join me. Prepare to clap. Clap. Thank you.
The Most Genteel Female Award is awarded to the female cadet in the senior class who, in the opinion of the faculty, best exemplifies genteel qualities. The Most Genteel Female Award goes to Carolyn Rotc. Next is the Most Genteel Male Award. This is awarded to the male cadet in the senior class who, in the opinion of the faculty, best exemplifies genteel qualities. The Most Genteel Male Award this year goes to Hamid Elias. Award. This goes to a senior young lady who, in the opinion of the faculty, merits special recognition for demonstrating leadership and service. This year's recipient is Sun Tian-Ye. This goes to a senior young man who, in the opinion of the faculty, merits special recognition for demonstrating leadership and service. This year's recipient is Bradley Jiwan. The George M. Wimes Most Unselfish Service Award goes to an awardee that a student or students in the senior class who, in the opinion of the faculty, have rendered the most unselfish service during the school year for his or her time here. This service is done with no thought of personal award in mind. This year's recipient for the George M. Wimes Most Unselfish Service Award is Joshua Klein. And last but not least is our award for the best all-around cadet. This award is awarded to the cadet in the senior class, in the opinion of the faculty, possesses among others the following high qualities of character: honor, courage, scholarship, leadership, and service. This year's best all-around cadet is Fatimata. Closing remarks from General Wesley.
Oh, no, we won't. This is the hardest part of the whole job. I do this every year, and the ceremony is like this every year. Maybe not quite as compelling, but there's no way to plan remarks for a ceremony that shows this much talent and integrity and capability. I'll simply leave you with this. When we walked in here, the first thing I noticed was this table was rounded up with plaques and medals and certificates that represent the best of what we are. Now the table is almost completely empty, largely because the energy of our teachers and our parents and our staff has been invested in those awards to give to you because of the work you've done. And now those medals and those plaques and those certificates will go all over the world in the hands of graduates who can make us so proud. That's a lot for a ceremony, right? We haven't even had lunch yet. So that's at noon and the parade's at 2. Please don't be late. Graduates, congratulations. Parents, thank you so much.
Please rise as we share in our benediction. Eternal light, shine in our hearts. Eternal goodness, deliver us from evil. Eternal power, be our support. Eternal wisdom, scatter the darkness of our ignorance. Eternal pity, have mercy on us, that with our heart and mind and soul and strength we may seek your face, be brought to your infinite mercy in your holy presence. Amen. Amen. Please remain standing as we sing our alma mater.